Hi, so I thought I'd record a session for those of you that have had really busy days, haven't managed to get in a yoga practice. That's absolutely what you need. However, it's getting late, so you don't have as much energy as you may have had earlier in the day, but still you'll benefit from getting on your mat. And sometimes this applies to me as well. So this is a practice that I feel to do on those days that are particularly busy. And actually, even if I've managed a yoga practice earlier in the day, sometimes I just need another one in the evening. So we're going to start lying down on my back. You can practice this in your pajamas, which is generally what I do. Just arriving. So shoulders down away from the ears. If it's uncomfortable to lengthen the legs along the mat, then just have the knees bent and the feet flat. And you let the knees drop in towards one another. Hands on your tummy, hands on the mat, wherever feels comfortable. But let's just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So just arrive, here you are, you finally made it onto your mat. Just giving yourself this time to be present with yourself then, for you. So we'll just focus initially on the breath. Those of you familiar with your Ujjayi breath, creating that audible sound to the breath. If you're not, don't worry, just breathing in and out through the nose if you can. But let's just seek a general expansion on the inhalation, so just feeling an expansion, particularly into the rib cage. Throughout the whole body though on the inhalation, then just a release, a full release on the exhalation. Using the breath to help to center ourselves, help to anchor ourselves in the moment. And then we'll start to bring some movement into the body. So let's just lengthen the left leg along the mat and let's inhale the right knee into the chest. Might feel a bit stiff, a bit tight, especially if you're not sitting today, or maybe you've been cycling your bike or walking, whatever. Just drawing that right knee into the chest. Just keeping that length to the back of the neck, and maybe you just want to take that right knee from side to side, just finding a little bit of movement through the whole hip there. And then we'll release that right leg on an exhalation. And inhale instead your left knee into your chest. Just hug that left knee in, press down through the back of your right leg, dorsiflex the feet. And again, you just might move that left knee from side to side. Start to feel a little bit more tension maybe in the body. And then we'll just come back to a stationary position. We'll inhale the right knee to join the left knee, so both knees into the chest. We'll just press the lower back down, hugging the shins if you can, away from the back of your thighs. So here we are, Upasana, the wind relieving posture, but really encouraging that length into the lower back as much as possible. And then we'll just exhale, release the left foot down onto the mat. Just extend that right heel towards the ceiling, just lengthening into that right leg. And let's just rotate into the ankle joint, the right ankle joint, one direction, then the opposite direction. And then maybe we hold the back of the right leg wherever we can reach, and just lengthen into the back of that right leg without straining or stressing that right leg. Some of you might be able to reach the foot. Just keep the shoulders down, keep the breath steady as well. It's all about the breath. Finding space in the body with the breath. And then on your exhalation, bend your right knee. Let's just take that right heel onto that left thigh for a supine pigeon. Dorsiflex that right foot, press the right knee forward. You might notice the pelvis starts to shift, its kind of stable positioning. So if you can, just maintain the stability through the lower back as you encourage the right knee forward. Some of you will want to inhale the left foot up and then you just thread the needle, they call it, so right arm between the legs, and take hold of the back of the left thigh or your left shin. Often the neck starts to shorten here. Try and keep the back of the neck long. Maybe take a cushion under the back of the head if necessary to support the neck. Press the right knee forward as the right inner shin comes in towards the chest. And then you can draw that left knee in as well if you want to intensify the stretch, the sensation that you might be experiencing in your outer right hip, hopefully not in the knee joint. Keep dorsiflexing the right foot to help to stabilize the knee joints. And then we'll release on an exhalation, the left foot down, the right foot down, and then we'll inhale instead the left foot up towards the ceiling. Take hold of the back of the left leg, just bring some movement into that left ankle joint, one direction and the other direction. And And then we'll lengthen through that left leg, keeping the back of the neck long, the outer left hip drawing forward, right left heel pressing up towards the ceiling. And then on your next exhalation, let's bend that left knee, bring the left ankle, the left heel then above that right thigh, press the left knee forward, dorsiflex the left foot. Stay here, try and keep the spine long, pelvis kind of neutral here as you inhale the right foot up maybe. Thread the left arm between the legs, maybe hold your right shin or the back of your right thigh and encourage that left foot to be active. Keep pressing through the ball of the left big toe. Press the left knee away from your chest as you draw the inner left shin in. Stay steady with your breath. Again, noticing sensation, breathing into sensation. So deep breath in and out. Try and keep the breath an equal duration if you can. And then on the exhalation, let's release the right foot and the left foot down onto the mat. And then let's inhale both knees into the chest and we'll roll over to the right side, coming all the way up from here. Come to kneel if you can, facing towards the front of your mat, face towards you. If kneeling is not great for you, sit with the legs crossed, extend your legs out, depending on what works for you. We're just going to interlock the fingers here. Sit tall however you are sitting, and let's inhale, reach the hands towards the ceiling. Let's exhale, let's just take a little lengthening over to the right, so that right hand reaching over to the right. Try not to back bend into the pose, we're just lengthening sideways, so lower front ribs drawing in, she says. Maybe your left hand is up here, maybe you want to bend your left elbow and lift the left elbow up, maybe that is more lengthening, or encourages more lengthening, through that left sideways. And then ground down through the sitting bones, engage through your core as you inhale, lift all the way back up, and then we'll exhale over to the left. So again, just finding a length through that right side waist now. Breathing, shoulder, she reminds herself, away from the right ear. And keep pressing both sitting bones down, lower tummy drawing it in if you can. And then we'll inhale, reach up through both hands. We'll exhale, twist to the right, so left hand to outer, right knee, right hand to the back. Just twisting, tummy and chest towards the right, maybe looking out over that right shoulder if you can. And then we're going to inhale, lift the hands towards the ceiling, crown of head lifted, and exhale, twist to your left. We're going to inhale, lift the hands towards the ceiling, and exhale, bring the hands to the back of the body, put space behind you, interlock your fingers and take an inhalation, lift the hands to stay here with the breath. Maybe you just want to wiggle from side to side. There's a tendency here to stretch or open overactively into the chest, so keep the lower ribs drawing in as you lift the hands. And then release on an exhalation, coming up from there. Hands and knees, so maybe take something onto your knees if you need to. Wrist joints just slightly forward of your shoulder joints, fingers spread, not aggressively, knees hip distance. We'll come into our cow on the inhalation as we soften the tummy, lift the sitting bones, lift the chin and the chest. On the exhalation into our cat, as we bring the chin to the chest, tailbone down towards the mat, press the hands down. So inhaling, the tummy softens as you lengthen between pubic bone and chin. And then on the exhalation, rounding the spine, tailbone down, chin towards the chest. Two more like that, so we'll inhale, lift and open. And exhale, rounding the spine. One more as we inhale, again, lengthen through the front body. And exhaling, lengthening through the back. Inhale back to the starting position, tuck your toes under now, and let's exhale into our downward facing dog, which may or may not feel nice. Gives you the opportunity to stretch out through the backs of the legs, so maybe you want to walk on the spot here, ground the hands down, thumb and index finger blades, particularly shoulder blades apart from one another, lifting through the sitting bones. And then on your exhalation, bring the knees down onto the mat. We're going to come into some kneeling sun salutation, so apologies, this isn't ideal if you have any knee issues, but this is fine for if you happen to be pregnant or menstruating. So let's kneel tall, down tall. We're going to take an inhalation, come up onto the knees as we stretch up through the hands. Maybe we look up, maybe we don't. And on the exhalation, we're going to bring the sitting bones to the heels, hands flat to the mat. On the inhalation, we're going to come into our cow position, toes tucking under, however, and exhaling downward facing dog. In theory, anyway, we're going to inhale forward into upward facing dog variation. You might bring the knees down for the first one, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale into the cow position again, so lift the sitting bones in the chest. On the exhalation, feet flat, forehead down towards the mat. Try and keep the arms by the ears as you inhale, with a kind of flat back all the way up. And then exhale, hands together, sitting tall, so try not to slouch. And again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, tummy maybe draws in as you bring your hands down, sitting bones down. Inhale, come forward, tucking the toes under, lift the chest. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward into upward facing dog variation. Try not to let the shoulders come up to the ears. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down, lift the sitting bones, lift the chest. And exhale, feet flat, forehead down. Flat back as you inhale, come all the way up from here. And exhale, come back to the starting position. We'll just take a pose of child here, so knees apart as much as it's comfortable for you. Maybe one hand on top of the other hand, forehead on your hands, or maybe forehead on the mat, and hands beside your feet, the elbows bending off to the sides, the shoulders kind of soften over the knees. And focus on the breath, focus on breathing into the back body, so really try and get some space in the back of the ribs there with the breath. And then take an inhalation, let's lift the head away from the mat. And exhale back onto all fours. And then we're just going to step the right foot beside the right thumb here. And we're going to come into a lunge. Sometimes this feels quite nice, especially if you've been sitting all day. Maybe nice isn't the right word, but we know it's maybe good for us, what we need. If it's not, then don't come here, stay in pose of child. But otherwise, we'll start with the right knee on top of the right ankle, just forward of the right ankle. And we might stay like this, this is great. Left foot, left shin pressing down. We might bring the hands onto the top thigh and have this awareness of the pubic bone lifting up slightly and the tailbone dropping down, so you're not creating tension or congesting through the lower spine there. And then just staying here is possibly enough for you. Those of you that want to go a little further this evening or whenever it is you're practicing, hands down, thumbs turned out. And inhale, lift the hands up. And you could of course bring the hands to touch. But otherwise, hands apart, soften into the shoulders, keep pressing into the left shin and the left foot. Good. Breathing. And then we'll take an inhalation here and exhale. Bring the hands down, let's bring that right knee back. Maybe we're just going to come into a hip circle in one direction and the other direction. Before we come to take the other side, so we're going to step the left foot beside the left thumb now. Start the left knee on top of the left ankle, right knee, right foot reaching back. Come onto the fingertips, lift the chest, stay here, or hands onto that left thigh. Almost press the left thigh down and forward as you lift the pubic bone up, tailbone down, chest open. Stay here, or hands down, thumbs turned out. Inhaling, opening up, but really do feel that you're pressing into that right foot and right shin, and the top of the right ankle as well. Grounding down through your left foot. Right hip maybe comes forward a little bit more than it is now. Good, and then we'll take an inhalation here, and on the exhalation the hands can come down. Let's bring that left knee back. Again, let's just come into hip roll one way and then the other. Maybe backs and forwards as well, just releasing through the spine. And then we'll just lengthen through the back body by walking the hands back towards the knees, tuck the toes under, come onto the feet. Have the feet a good hip distance apart, if not wider actually. Have the knees bent as much as you need to. So maybe you bend the knees quite a lot actually and let the tummy rest over the thighs. Hands to the opposite elbows, and you might find that you create a little bit more length through the back, like literally through your back by doing that. Others of you might want to straighten the legs, and maybe the emphasis shifts away from the back into the backs of the legs, so whichever feels best for you. You might even want to wrap your arms around the back of your legs and hug in on yourself. It depends on how you're feeling and your flexibility. Just check there's no tension in the neck. So maybe wiggle the head from side to side. Deep breath in and out. So here we are, head hanging, inverting, seeing a different perspective of the world. We might change positioning of the hands, so whichever one is on top, taken underneath. Good, and then we're going to take an inhalation. We'll start to lift the head, bend the knees enough so we can bring the hands down onto the mat. We'll turn the feet outwards now towards the outer edge of the mat. We'll take an inhalation and we'll come down on an exhalation into a squatting pose if we can. If you can't, just come to sit. But otherwise, squatting down here. Maybe your heels are lifted, maybe eventually they come down onto the mat. Maybe your hands are on the mat, maybe your hands are together at the heart, whatever works for you. So just allowing that downward energy now as you lift through the crown of the head, with the tailbone lengthening down, or sitting down. Deep breath in and out. And then we're going to come down to sit, so maybe you don't need to use your hands, or maybe you do. You can stay facing towards the front of your mat and turn to face you. And we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, where we take the soles of the feet together and have the heels maybe just forward of your knees slightly. I mean, it really depends on what works for your body. We're going to press the heels together, but we're going to draw the soles of the feet apart. So you might use your hands and hold on to the insoles here and draw the feet apart. Or you might take hold of your ankles and in a non-aggressive way, use your elbows to press down and out. So you're pressing out and down more so actually. So you're drawing the knees apart and down. Maybe you just sit tall. Or maybe you take an inhalation and an exhale. Lean the heart forward, softening the shoulders as you breathe into sensation. So keep pressing the heels together. Deep breath in and out. Good, and then on the inhalation, let's lift all the way back up from there. And exhale. Gather the knees back together. And then we'll stretch the legs out. Take them apart. And then bend your left knee to bring your left heel in towards your perineum. I'm going to take the right arm with the palm of the hand turned up onto that right leg. Maybe reaching down that right leg. It really depends on your flexibility here. We're going to turn the chest towards the left side of the room. We're going to lift the left hand towards the ceiling. Maybe this is enough for you. Where you take an inhalation and exhale, we'll lean over towards the right. Some of you might take that right forearm onto the mat and almost hook your index finger, middle finger back at the Achilles tendon there. Not so worried about taking a bind, so bring the upper body back. More so just pressing down into that left knee and the left sitting bone as well. Keeping that right leg active, so just again finding a bit more length through the body. Releasing that tension from the day. I spend a lot of time carrying my children, so this for me is amazing at releasing the tension that is created by all the carrying. But maybe we've also been sitting at desks and we just relish the opportunity to stretch. We're going to take an inhalation and reach up through that left arm, and exhale, release down from there. And then we'll repeat the same on the other side, so we'll extend the left leg, bend the right knee, right heel in towards the perineum, left forearm on that left leg, turn the chest to the right, lift your right arm, take an inhalation and exhale. Let's reach over from there. And then again, maybe that left forearm comes onto the mat. Bring the upper body back, so try not to drop the chest down. If it's uncomfortable to have your right arm over your right ear, then obviously just have it up towards or the hand up towards the ceiling. Press that right sitting bone down, right knee down. Chin maybe up towards that right armpit. Breathing into the posture. And then we'll take an inhalation to reach all the way up. And exhale, release down from there. Extend that right leg. Both legs apart. Maybe this is really uncomfortable for you. You struggle to sit like this. Want a little forward rotation through the pelvis. If that's difficult, bend the knees. And then your mission is just to drop the forearms down and work towards straightening the legs over this and many other lifetimes possibly. Otherwise, legs straight, take an inhalation and exhale. Come forward from that. I'm kind of making it look really easy, but it has taken years of practice to find this ease within the posture, so please no forcing. Just breathe, noticing sensation, noticing where you're holding tension in the body, maybe also in the mind, maybe there's some resistance. Just being curious, so no judgment. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then let's take an inhalation to lift the head. And exhale, walk the hands back. And again, take the hands underneath the knees, gather the legs towards one another. We're going to come down to lie on our backs now. So we might work with the core, we might not. If you're menstruating or pregnant, I suggest you don't. But otherwise, feet pressing down, hands out, take an inhalation. And exhale, bring yourself down to lie on your back. And then we'll align the heels underneath the knees. We'll take a bridge pose just to open into the heart. So big toes turn in ever so slightly. We're going to press the feet down. It's a re-strengthening posture as well, re-grounding. So it might be just what you need before bed. So we're going to press the feet down, take an inhalation, exhale, and roll your spine away from the mat. Lift the hips towards the ceiling. Maybe that's enough, maybe otherwise you lift one shoulder up than the other. And draw the shoulder blades in towards one another. Press the hands down and lift the chest towards the chin. And here we breathe. Here we take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So press the knees forward. Try not to have your heels too close in towards your sitting bones because then you don't have such the same space. I find that often in class. People have got a really short stance and then you don't have enough space to really lift into the chest. So just maybe have a play around with moving your feet until you feel that you're getting a lot of space in the body. And then on your exhalation, release the hands apart and roll your spine back down onto the mat, lower back pressing down. Lengthen the left leg along the mat, lift the right foot up towards the ceiling again, and just take a length into the back of the right leg. So deep breath in and out. Next exhalation, release the right leg along the mat. Just inhale the left knee in and extend through that left heel, holding wherever you can on the back of the left leg. So again, not forcing. And then on your exhalation, releasing the left leg back down onto the floor. And then we'll just inhale both knees into the chest. Just take a twist. Now I quite like just to take my hands out shoulder height, take an inhalation and exhale the knees over to the left, for example. My right hand goes onto that right outer thigh, and I might turn my right ear onto the mat. You might find that doesn't work for you, in which case I suggest having the feet mat distance apart, taking an inhalation and exhale the knees over to the left, and maybe again you turn your head to the right. Just taking a few breaths here. And then wherever you are, being mindful as you take an inhalation to come back to the center, just make sure that you're level, neutral through the spine on the exhalation. Then you take another inhalation and exhale, maybe the knees together over to the right, turning your head to the left, maybe that right hand onto that top left thigh, or maybe feet mat distance and let the knees drop over towards the right. And then we'll take an inhalation to lengthen wherever you are, and exhale, let's draw the knees back to the center, realigning your spine. Let's take a little dead bag, soles of the feet towards the ceiling, holding your shins or your soles of feet. Press the lower back down, so if you have hold of the soles of your feet, press your feet up into your hands down into your feet. Press the lower back down. And then on your exhalation, release from there. And coming to lie in the corpse pose. If you've been on your feet all day, then You might actually just want to rest with your legs either over the bed, the side of the bed, or up a wall. So doing that if necessary, just to elevate the legs. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just allow the back of the body to settle onto the earth. Let go of the breath now. Just move the awareness from your right hand all the way through to your right shoulder. And all the way through your throat to your left shoulder and down to your left hand. And then move the awareness back now to the chest. Soften through the chest, down through your tummy, down into your hip. Down the whole of your right leg into your right foot, and then down the whole of your left leg into your left foot. And then through the whole back of the body, so just allow the back of the body to settle onto the earth, softening particularly into the back of the heart space. Through the back of the neck and the back of the head as you soften into your forehead, and your eyes, and your mouth, and your jaw, and the tongue. Softening all the way down through to your tummy. Just let the awareness settle at the tummy, at the navel center. Noticing the breath. And resting here as long as it's appropriate for you.